Can I say?
All right. Is it recording? So, welcome to Spiritual Podcast.
Oh my god.
We are with our guests today. I want you guys to introduce yourself.
My name is Mohammad Tajiki.
I'm Mishal Malallah.
I'm Yousef.
Wow, Yousef, crazy. So, we have a few topics to talk about, actually. Well, based on... Honestly, this is our first... second, but, the first one was really bad. I did not like doing the first one. If you're watching whoever is watching, the participants of first episode, go
Yeah, you guys killed the
Okay, yeah.
podcast.
it was horrible. But we're starting from nowhere to somewhere. All right. So do you guys have
I guess something
any
can stand-
topics to
good.
obviously talk about?
Oh,
You-
before
you-
the
you guys-
topics, I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask: is it PG-13?
Kind of, I guess.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
not really. No, actually not. It's actually not. No, because we will have people in almost our age just watching it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna have a 13-year-old sitting and watching.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
obviously.
kind of weird.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, why would you be watching grown-ups talking about stuff?
I mean, what's
To grow
Stick
up.
to Coco Melon, bro.
We can't hear it, Tajiki. Cocomelon, yeah.
Excuse me. It's called Peppa Pig Jigsaw Puzzle.
But Peppa
Okay,
Pig
he
is
clearly
like...
doesn't know
No.
Coco
Okay,
Melon.
listen. Peppa Pig must be one of the weirdest shows to ever watch. Like,
Yeah,
if you really think about it, watching as an older person,
I don't think so. Kids should be watching that actually.
it looks like because it looks like a monster. A pig being a cartoon character is kind of weird.
I mean, dude, have you seen the height of Peppa Pig? It's like 6 feet
yeah,
1, something
bro.
like that.
Yeah, I searched it up. I was like, what?
I did
how,
not know that.
How can he be this tall? How is Peppa Pig taller than me?
How is Peppa Pig taller than Dora?
How tall is Dora? 4'11"? 4'5"?
I think she's like a 9-year-old girl, something like that.
I guess we're talking about Peppa Pig now.
I love how none of the topics that was being discussed, oh yeah, Peppa Pig.
Yeah, fair enough. Honestly,
Peppa Pig.
kind of scary. Like in my opinion, the best stuff that I watched as a kid was Spider-Man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, everyone's watched
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Marvel was a masterpiece as a kid.
Like, what?
Whoa! What are you doing, broski? Calm down, broski. Okay, so I have a question. Honestly, I want to ask you guys a question. Can you share a time when life didn't go as expected?
A time
Okay,
where
in
life
what
would-
aspects?
Like you were, everything was going really well, and out of nowhere, everything just dropped.
Oh yeah, I have a story to tell actually about
Okay.
that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was supposed to actually be on a flight back in 2019 to Sri Lanka, and I was actually gonna get out of Kuwait after 5 years. So I had everything planned, and I was at the airport, and I'm at the immigration counter, and suddenly I get stopped by the cops, and they said that you're not allowed to board the plane. So I asked them why. They're like, you don't have a comma.
What?
And I was like, I do have a comma. They're like, show us your civil ID. So I showed them my civil ID, and then they asked me, who's your sponsor? So I told them my sponsor's name. Apparently, somehow, there was still a block on the system. And, all my friends knew that I was supposed to be in Sri Lanka. And what happened after that? The next day, I woke up to a couple of messages. Hey, are you okay? Because I was so depressed that
Right.
because I was already planning to get out of Kuwait after 5 years. And when I did not get to be on the flight, I wasn't in touch with anyone. I was like, you know what, leave it. I do not want to talk to anyone. So then I wake up with the messages, and then I'm like, why is everyone texting me that, are you okay? Or is everything okay? Have you reached safely? And then everyone's freaking out. Turns out, the day I was supposed to land in Sri Lanka, there were bomb blasts at the airport and the area surrounding the capital, which is Colombo.
Damn.
And I guess it was for the betterment that I could not get on the flight actually, because the entire country went into lockdown. And then I suddenly did not feel so depressed about not being able to get on the flight anymore.
Yeah, it was like,
What?
Yeah.
That is, in my opinion, I feel like if that's not meant to be, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine not being getting on a fly and being, you're just you,
Exactly.
the entire thing would have went
But then what happened after that? Like when I could not make it because I was supposed to see my high school friend after almost 5 years, I think. And I could not make it on the flight because he was waiting actually, and he even texted me. But then I went on to like a splurge, like whatever I was supposed to do in Sri Lanka. I was like, you know what, I'll just do it in Kuwait. So I went crazy, and I literally took all my friends out. But I'm kind of glad that it didn't happen, that I did not go, because maybe who knows, I would have been dead.
Yeah, you could have died.
Yeah, that is honestly the most like shocking thing I've ever heard. Seriously, like wow.
It is, exactly, because my mom also told me that, maybe it was for your betterment that you were not supposed
Maybe
to get
it's
on the
just
flight.
meant to be that you shouldn't have went on that flight.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing like that exactly has happened to me, but I feel like a lot. I have that stage of every single. That stage in every single year where life goes up and then boom goes down again, and then you're like in that 3 months period where you're just doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you're like,
trying to
what
figure
am I
out
doing with my life?
What's life? What's life at this point? Like, I'm just wasting time, honestly. Which is actually why I actually started spiritual convos.
It's kind of okay to be lost. You don't have to have everything figured out all the time. I guess that's the part of growing up and being an adult.
I don't like growing up.
You clearly don't have a choice here.
I'm still stuck at like being 18.
Same. I feel the same way.
Like, for example, if I ever do anything, and if I'm gonna make this is kind of weird, but if when you make a username, you have your name and then your age, right?
Yeah.
And like,
And then
let's
the
just say
date.
whatever I am, I put like I'm 18, like Afshin 18.
Yeah.
And just you just stuck in the old times, and you just can't move on.
Surprisingly, when it comes into that,
Mm-hmm.
like right now, you're gonna think about this moment 2 years later, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I do still think of myself as like 22, right?
Yeah.
I still think that I'm 22. Like when you're 25, you'll be like, yeah, I'm 22. You'll be 27. You'll be like, no, I'm still 25.
Do I
You'll be
look
in your
22? Do I look 22?
Not really.
Not really.
You-
I
you-
condemn
already
the
told you.
Yeah.
He was shocked.
No, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, a lot of us feel that we are stuck at a certain age because ever since Corona happened, it's just that time feels like you do not actually register it in your head because everything was like at a halt, and like everything, the entire world, and then you feel like you did not grow. So that's why you feel like, you have to compensate for those 4 years.
Yeah.
So exactly.
I can't believe 2019 was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like yesterday.
Crazy.
It's weird.
It was 5 years ago. Damn. I was 14 5 years ago. I don't know.
No, you were not 45 years
How
old.
old are you? How old
14,
are you now?
15. God knows how old I am.
Damn, the good old days.
Yeah, I do not like being older.
I mean, despite the fact that my job has to do entirely with the numbers, I'm really bad at math.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm just good at social media. What
Yeah.
else, Yani, would someone be? I mean, I'm a photographer, director.
That's exactly what happens when you work.
It's Tajiki. Well, behind the scenes, we have this guy, Tajiki, messing around. I can't curse because he's gonna be like beep beep beep.
Actually,
Like-
I do need to say this.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're a photographer and
Yeah.
like social media and all. So a friend of mine, one time I was posting something related to art scene,
Yeah.
and my friend just captured that photo,
Yeah.
sent it to me in the DMs. It's like, oh, did you meant unemployment?
Wait, how are you relating unemployment to this?
That's because it's art. Like what is happening right now, with
Okay,
like
no,
art majors
like-
actually having a shock into their animation, the photography, and all of that, and being taken by AI and all of this.
I mean, that has always been the case. Artists are always underwhelmed. And I frankly saying, I used to work in a creative field. I was a graphic designer until I realized that they're just abused because you'd be doing. Can I on here?
Well, you already said it.
We already said it.
You do a load of work and then you work on multiple clients, which is good actually. You get to expand your portfolio, but at the same time, what happens is that you are severely underpaid. You could be making that same amount of money on one project rather than working on multiple projects, which has a gazillion amount of revisions, and you just realize like at the end of it, you did nothing but just ended up burning out.
Yeah.
So it's better to be a freelancer rather than ending up as a creative in a full-time job. That's from my experience.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has a different experience, but this is what I noticed, and then I completely shifted my field.
The only problem with freelancing, it's so hard to get customers and be known out there. Like to be able to register as a business is way easier than actually being. You
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
yeah,
That is
freelancer.
really true.
Yeah, because you got to find your signature. You have to
Yeah.
leave a mark in order to actually attract,
Yeah.
and you have to also build up on your skill set, which sets you out compared to the others. And that's the thing. Like, I always think that no matter even if I could be the best in the room, I'm always going to tell myself that I'm not the best in the room because that's what keeps me driven to keep improving my existing
Yeah.
skill set. Like I'll always tell myself that I'm learning every day. You just learn something new, whether that applies to practical implementation or theoretical.
That's actually like a really really good mentality. Like being able to just know that you're gonna be okay no matter what is really really good. As much as things get bad, just know that you're gonna be okay. Like in the end of the day,
Exactly.
things are gonna get bad. You are gonna go. If you don't go through a war, you're not gonna be the best version of yourself, anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
True, that's true.
It's not just that, it's also something that everybody keeps forgetting. Like, or they keep on saying it without realizing the words, which is hard work does actually pay off. Whether it's like gonna take the next day, the next week,
Yeah.
and 10 years, still in the end, you did work hard on something specific. You're actually gonna.
Yeah, you'll be fine as long as you keep working and pushing. It's just like about not giving up or losing motivation. It's just like
Yeah.
you have to. It's like if you knew that you would be successful, why wouldn't you not do it?
I feel like discipline is what matters the most.
Yeah,
Like,
discipline is
For
important.
me, when I used to go to the gym when I was a bit younger, I would say like 15 years old, 15 to 16 years old.
Yeah.
I would just go for the fun of it. Like I would have a wow motivation the first month, and then the next month I'd be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna go
remember when
anymore.
you used to tell me you used
Yeah.
to go to the gym and then I ask you and then you tell me that you stopped.
Yeah, like, but now, like in my head, I go like, okay, I have to go. If
Yeah.
I don't go, I'm gonna be sad, and I have
Yeah.
nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So at least, like, and the best part about my gym now that they're open till 12. So I have 10 for about 2 hours
Yeah.
in the gym at 10 to 12.
Oh, that's nice.
So as soon as they close, I'm done with my workout because. I mean, I've heard from a friend of mine, Wasim. He told me like, yeah, he just said this. He was like, even you, Yousef, you were like a part of you. He was like, just an hour and a half is perfect.
Yeah.
At maximum 2 hours.
Yeah.
Why would you go for more? You can
Yeah,
just
exactly.
hurt yourself.
No,
yeah?
if you go for more, it's more like you're not really working out.
yeah, you're
You're
just
just
having
chilling
fun,
and
yeah.
lifting heavy dumbbells.
Yeah.
But when you like maximize your workout in like an hour and a half, that's when you're really like pushing and like stressing out your muscles and your body.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just gonna like help you grow and see the progress that you're making.
Yeah. Anyways,
Actually, there's.
Tajiki, yeah, go on.
No, like
I cannot hear his effects actually, surprisingly. I don't-
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know whatever you're doing. I can't hear it.
You can hear the music?
No.
What?
It's like a loading screen music. Really? You
No.
should. No, actually, can we go back to the topic when it become like when we were talking about hard work?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people get confused between talent and hard work.
Okay.
Because yeah, you can be talented in something, like you can be an amazing in any profession that you go for, or it's like something that was given for you. But without hard work, this talent can't be flourished. Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. But it's like without the hard work that's needed to flourish that talent,
Okay.
would you actually be consider this talent as like something that you would base your entire
Career?
career or hobby on?
The thing is, right? Like, I feel like if you like to do something, again, parents are a huge matter in our lives, basically.
true.
Basically, like if I want to do like a really really huge thing, like for example, I want to be a director. I really want to go for cinematography. My mom for the past years kept on telling me like, oh, I want you to be like
doctor?
a doctor,
An engineer,
an
a lawyer, a
lawyer.
president,
Specifically,
a tyrant,
yeah.
a dictator,
Yeah,
the
basically.
king of the whole world. Just like, why aren't you an astronaut at the age of 18? I don't get it.
Exactly.
Like-
No,
Like-
let's not forget Dr. President, excuse me.
Shana?
What?
The first Dr. President.
What doctor president? What is
Like
that?
you study PhD, in like, or you study MD, sorry, and then you become the president.
There is MD after a PhD?
No,
How
no,
many
it's,
HDs
no, no,
are
it's,
there?
no, it's like by mistake. I was like, just
But
Yeah.
damn, like, yeah, as I was saying, so it's like, you know, they're a huge part. But I'm just gonna let you know, if you want to do something, no matter what, do not go for follow your passion.
Yeah,
Literally, for me, for example, I wanted to in the beginning. I just wanted to do like maybe engineering because I was like, it's better that way, safer side.
A lot of people think that
Yeah,
actually.
forget about the safe side. Why is he?
Oh, nothing. I could see myself on the screen there, so I was just like,
Yeah, so it's like, forget about the safe side. Do what you want to do.
exactly. Just
Yeah.
forget about your parents, dude. They're not gonna be there when you're 30 or something. Just
Yeah.
focus on what you want.
Exactly.
What do you want to be? A dancer?
Yeah, you could
You
be a
want to be
dancer.
like an actor? You want to be like Ali?
Yeah,
Do your
be
own
me,
thing.
bro.
Be a
Be-
podcast. Be a photographer. Like a jack of all trades in the photography industry. Just do
Yeah.
it, man. It's like,
You-
listen.
it's
I know parents are important and your mom loves you and they want the best for you, but sometimes they kill your dreams. They just say what you're doing is stupid. Just drop it and focus on the things that'll make you money. But like, how are you gonna make money if you don't enjoy doing what they want you to do?
Yeah.
You're gonna make a lot of money and a living out of the things you love to do.
I have a lot to add to that actually. You're
Mm.
right about that,
Yeah.
that the parents would actually kill your dream. And it's kind of selfish because a lot of the times parents want you to complete their dreams, what they
Yeah.
couldn't complete. But then they also need to realize that their kid is not really passionate about that.
Yeah,
And they,
exactly.
they need to see where their passion lies, because I strongly believe in this, that if you're not content with what you do, no matter, even if it's giving you like a lot of money and it's giving you the best life you could actually have, if
Yeah.
you're not passionate about it, one day eventually you're gonna get really burned out and you're
Yeah,
gonna be like,
exactly.
this shit, I do not want to do this.
Yeah. There's a saying that goes, if you love your job, you're not really working. It's not a job. You're
Yeah.
doing it for fun and you're getting paid for it.
and I feel like every person like should do their own work in their own rules.
Yeah.
Like if you have a business, it's all you.
Yeah.
If you don't like this, it won't happen.
Exactly.
But if you have a boss under you, it just kind of feels horrible.
Yeah.
Like you have to be told, for example, like
more of
it
being
feels like a
restricted.
narcissist just listening to you and just telling you what to do and
Exactly,
sharing it
yeah.
all the
It's
time.
like another parent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
another
and he's just
parent.
basically giving you allowance for listening to him.
All the parents.
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah, really good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
All the parents right now are like watching. They're like, bro, what are they saying?
They're gonna
What
make
is-
our
They're
kids into
brainwashing
failures.
our kids.
You're what, brainwashing our kids.
I guess all your parents are gonna disown your ass.
Yeah, like an example as well.
Yeah.
I just graduated recently from uni, and I graduated from a degree I genuinely did not expect I would hate it that much.
Yeah.
Like my major, as much as like I did put hard work in it,
Yeah.
I did put effort in it. I put like blood and sweat literally in it. I don't enjoy it a bit, and I don't see myself working on it in like the next 10 years. Probably just for a short amount of time in order for me to get like some cash, like
Yeah, yeah,
save
yeah.
up some money, like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
trying to, and then finally trying to do something that I really wanted to.
What do you really want to do?
Yeah,
Okay. I really want to be a baker.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Okay.
really nice.
That's nice.
Yo,
You look like a
listen.
baker.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a really good compliment. Thank you.
Mishal, I will come to you for just pastries. Literally, I'll just sit in your shop. I'll be like, "Can I have one more?" Basic. That's all I can.
No, Mishal gives the vibes that he can run a cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
would be like
Oh
you get
yeah.
the vibes of being a really good cafe manager.
Thank
Like people would walk in. He has that vibe of like it's like welcoming. People are like attracted to his aura. You know?
Oh.
It's like
Bro has
his
Bro
aura
has
gives
aura.
butterflies and flowers and apparently bread too.
Yeah. I feel like,
Shit, man, this words are like making me blush. Like, oh, my
whoa, whoa.
Yeah, no, if you want to be a baker, go for it.
Yeah.
Wait,
Baking
right
makes
now,
money.
I have an idea. Why don't you just do both? A cafe and a bakery together. It's a unique idea.
That's actually
Okay,
my
that-
idea.
that-
Yo, you
you-
better not steal his ideas, yo. Yo, I know I have good ideas, but that doesn't mean you can do your own.
It's all good to have the idea, but where the hell are you gonna get the investment from?
Exactly.
The
but that's
capital
why-
is the
he hates
issue.
doing.
I was gonna say something I shouldn't.
but that's why it's like I'm gonna work with my degree. That's
Yeah.
actually like,
What is your degree actually?
oh, chemical engineering.
Yeah, does this guy look like a chemical engineer?
Bro,
from anywhere.
he has, so as I see, like he has a يعني ما شاء الله, but he has a Silverado. Does not look like he has a Silverado. He looks like he has that Kia where like the small Kias, like the new ones.
Yes, I was shocked.
Yeah.
The first time I
Yeah.
found out the
And
car
then-
he was driving.
Yeah, and then like he goes, I'm a chemical engineer. What else you have to shock us with?
I mean, depends honestly. Like, I still every time Muhammad, like, just I get to talk a bit about my
Yeah.
life with Muhammad. He gets like, "What the?"
Yeah, because he keeps telling me the weirdest shit that happened, and I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
how?
like, why?
Like a story that I always like to tell to people, which is surprisingly, like even after they get to know me for a while, they get surprised about this. But one time when I was in Egypt, I actually got stabbed.
Oh, damn, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Where?
Where? Yeah.
Okay, so I was at that time I was studying in Egypt.
Yeah.
You
I was-
Egyptians, watch out, huh? We're coming for you.
I don't think we can go for that.
Don't go for us.
That's like I was studying in Egypt at that time. Didn't like living there, honestly.
Yeah.
So at that day, I was at Dib and Dip in El Giza with some of my colleagues.
Yeah.
We were talking about some stuff with
Yeah.
like some uni stuff, hanging out and all of that. And then it was 1 a.m. They live really close from Dib and Dib because
Yeah.
it's really close to, I don't know how to say it in English, المكتب الثقافي, or the cultural center, basically.
You just said it in English.
I don't know, man. But it's like, oh, so they went back to their homes, or they went back to their place by walking, and I was waiting for my Uber. I live like around 40 minutes away. So while I was waiting, a man was like crossing by the street, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a dude.
Nice guy.
Nice guy. Like, yeah, that's a nice guy. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Good
Guess
stuff.
you found out.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff.
Getting shanked.
Yo, what's up, bro? Poof. Sorry, bro. Wrong guy.
Oh, you look like that one guy that stole my something.
Petrol engine. I don't know whatever.
But where did you get stabbed? Like in which area?
So,
of the body?
I got stabbed here on my side.
Oh.
So wait, the story is coming. The story is coming. So he came to me and he's like, "Give me everything." I'm looking at him like, I'm gonna be honest. It's not my first rodeo in Egypt.
Yeah.
I know how this shit goes. So I was like,
Okay.
no, I'm not gonna give you my shit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I had my phone, I had my wallet. I'm not gonna give you my shit. He's like, are you gonna give me the stuff or no? And he pulls out like a dagger that has kind of that. It's kind of like a military dagger kind of thing.
Okay.
Is it
Like a Swiss Army knife.
Does it have teeth?
Yeah, it has teeth.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, look what you're gonna do? You're gonna stab me, and okay, this is I think you guys are gonna censor these words, but this actually stabs me in the side. It's kind of late, but
A little late.
he stabs me on the side and keeps looking at me, and I'm staring at him. I think it's his first time like robbing someone, because he kept the knife in for like around 10 seconds. We're looking into each other's eyes.
Yo, what kind of
This is-
romance
This
scene
is
that?
more romantic
What?
than I would imagine.
What
it
kind
to
of
be.
It was it was my love story in Giza.
Like, it sounds like Joe Goldberg type shit. you're like, yeah.
It's like he's
He's
like
just watching you intensely and like,
He's
yo.
he's like waiting for him to die so he can rob him.
like he wiggles it a bit.
Whoa,
Okay, and I'm like, okay, like buy me a drink first. Like, damn.
whoa,
He's
whoa.
like teasing him with it.
He's like, hi, I bet you like that.
He pulls out the dagger, and then he runs away. He
Yeah.
doesn't steal anything.
Oh, he got shy.
Huh? He doesn't. He got what's called stage fright.
Bro, got straight to him and left the chat.
He doesn't take my phone. He doesn't take my wallet. Doesn't take anything. He just
Runs
straight
away.
up runs away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I screamed, not screamed in pain, not
Yeah.
screaming in agony. I literally said, "Yeah, why didn't you steal my? If you're gonna steal me, if you're gonna rob me right."
Yeah, do it in a proper way.
He got offended because he got stabbed for nothing.
He's like,
Yeah.
sorry, bro. You know, just I don't want your stuff anymore. I got what I wanted.
It's like the culprit is trying to rob Mishal, but Mishal robbed his heart.
Whoa.
So he just ran away.
Whoa.
What can I say? I have that
He
effect
felt
on
a new
criminals.
emotion.
Yeah, it's
He
like
felt
the
a
eye,
new
connect,
emotion.
the eye contact was a little too intense for him.
Like what Britney what Britney Spears said once, "Mama, I'm in love with a criminal, but I was the criminal in that situation." So,
Whoa. Bro stole his
I don't know if
heart.
that makes sense, but yeah, let's roll with it.
and then like later on, my Uber arrived. Okay, by the way, there's still more to the story.
Okay,
if you guys
go
want to
on.
listen to it.
Yeah.
So my Uber came, and at that day, it was a really bad day to wear white. So he came. I was looking at him, and I'm like, "Hey, like, can I change the location to somewhere else other than my place? Like, we had our own what's called, or there was a hospital that was made only for transfer students from Kuwait,
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Wait,
he's like,
there's
yeah, sure.
There's a hospital specifically made in Egypt for Kuwaitis?
Yeah, it's for transfer, like,
Exchange students, basically.
Oh,
and honest, because like basically the country takes cover for everything.
okay.
Like even if
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
outside, which is I think it's not just in Kuwait.
In any country,
Egypt.
right?
I think it's supposedly in most countries or most what's called countries that you get your data.
Wait, Tajiki, انت شكو. Why are you talking? You're in the background.
I changed the location there, and he's like, "Yeah, but you're gonna pay extra." I'm like, don't worry about the payment. It's fine.
I got you.
I just stabbed.
Yeah, that's
and then
fine.
before I go, before going in the Uber, I tell him, "Hey, like, just don't get scared from when you're gonna see me." I go in, he sees my hand, like trying to grab my T-shirt as much as possible, putting it on my
Yeah,
side,
applying pressure. Yeah.
applying pressure. He looks at me. He literally grabs the box of tissues, throw it on my face while in the Uber, and drives immediately there. He's like, "Let me take you to the hospital." I told him, "This is my hospital. Let me go take you there." "Oh, I'm gonna don't worry. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be fine."
Yeah.
I went to the hospital. They checked out on me. They did me X-rays, all of that. They gave me like two really nice stitches that definitely did not hurt.
Damn, how small was that knife?
Huh?
How small was that? 2 stitches?
That's what she said.
Whoa.
Listen, I think you're gonna edit a lot of stuff. I'm so
No,
sorry.
it's
about it.
fine. He's the one who's gonna suffer. Tajiki, do you want to say something? Say something. That was Tajiki show.
So, like the doctor, he comes to the room with the most Egyptian accent
Yeah.
he says, "Thank God that you were a fat ass at that time." I'm like, "What?" He's like,
Pause.
"You have to thank God because like if the dagger went inside anymore, you would have actually had internal injuries."
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
Whoa, so he just stabbed the outer tissue?
"Huh?"
He just stabbed you in the outer tissue?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Boy, got lucky.
Like,
Apparently-
really, how small is that knife?
Bro took a knife from the Jamaiya.
I was like, so low key kind of glad, like I had my own protector layer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why anybody like someone tells me like, "Oh, if just or people who are fat shaming other people," I'm like, "Hey, you don't know. Maybe it can save a life. Actually,
Yeah,
it can
oh
actually
my
save
God.
your life."
Like,
So like,
Yeah.
It can kill you, but also save your life at the same time.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like,
Wait, how? Like, imagine like you're fat. You're like, yo, I got stabbed, but it's okay. I'm fat. You know,
Yeah, like
But
I
like,
tanked it.
but like, I can also die from like diabetes, obesity.
Yeah.
It's just having a positive outlook in every
Yeah.
situation.
exactly.
Yeah,
Okay,
true.
I have a question.
Okay.
What do you think is more important, success or happiness?
What?
Sexist?
Whoa.
Whoa!
Success.
Whoa.
Dude, it sounded
Success.
like you said sexist.
Wait, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Let
I
me
actually
see.
heard it a second.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
What do you think is more important, success, okay,
Yeah.
or happiness? How
Happiness.
do you personally define each of these?
Well, that's kind of deep, actually, if I think
Yeah.
about it. Because, see,
Bro, he said cocaine.
What? No, I didn't say that.
so I personally think when you become successful, you outgrow a lot of people, which is actually gonna isolate you in a lot of aspects. So which can also like have directly an effect on your happiness. So I would say it's better to be honest, actually care about your happiness rather than being successful, because eventually when you start outgrowing people, you would probably even lose the ones you thought you would never lose.
But honestly, if you really think about it, if you focus on success and you're done, you're successful, right?
Yeah.
Then the rest of your life, Like
Lonely.
you could be lonely, yeah, sure,
But with a lot of money.
but you're
Yeah.
lonely with money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But trust me, it does not. You think you want money, but when you have a lot of that coming in, and a lot of people might,
Yeah.
like have a different opinion on this. That, oh my God, it's better to cry in a Bugatti than
It's basically
being
asking-
crying on a bicycle. Or but okay, let's say you had infinite amount of money, and then you start going, and you can buy anything that you want in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you complete all your desires that you had, and then one day you're just gonna come back home and you're gonna be like, let's say you fulfill all your desires and you get everything that you wanted, you have the best of best everything, and
Right.
then you're gonna be sitting and you're gonna be like, now what? Because there's gonna be no one by your side.
Basically,
You're gonna be left out.
basically what you're trying to say is like the strive for more is better than to just have it open there. Like for example, like you know as a human, you always want more, no matter how better
Yeah.
you are. Like for example, like for me, you could have the best studio, best room, and you'd be like, this is still not perfect.
Yeah.
I want more.
Yeah, that's-
humans by themselves
Yeah,
are
but
greedy.
I feel like yani, it gets to a point where you've got everything you've ever wanted. Why do you care to have more?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
See, sorry.
you go,
sorry.
you go, you go.
See, so the thing is, when you start growing, and if you'll keep growing, you'll have endless amount of needs. They're just gonna pop up because that's how it is. You will have unnecessary needs that does not even actually add up to anything because you're just looking a way to accommodate whatever you have. You just want to actually make use of it. So let's say you have all the cars that you want, but you will probably one day wake up and you'll be like, oh, I can buy another car. But what's the purpose of that? When you already have something that's accommodating to the
Yeah,
need
yeah.
of it, you're just going to have extra. So it doesn't make sense. And adding to that point, what I was going to say was that it's no matter, you need to be content within yourself. Even if you have all the money and the riches in the world, you are just going to, the greed is going to be everlasting. Where it stops is really that you realize that, okay, what I have is enough. And that comes from being happy, being happy within yourself. And a lot of people, I used to think that, what the hell is this cliche that, if you want to be with someone or if you
Yeah.
want to love someone, you have to be content within yourself, or you have to find the happiness within yourself. And I guess I don't know what does that exactly mean, and I guess I'll just be finding that out as I go.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
because
it's better for like humans to kind of figure out what they are, because if you really think about it again, humans are two people. There is two people in one
Yeah,
person.
the horny side and the hardworking side.
Okay.
No, actually, yeah, because it's something that I read before. We
You could-
only have the power of two desires.
Basically, yeah.
Lust and money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Everyone wants that.
yeah.
But actually, the thing that I wanted to say was something that already Muhammad said. And I know for a fact success and happiness might be two very different things, but isn't your own success supposedly your own happiness?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
You tell yourself, I've made it.
Yeah.
True.
After,
it's not just that you've made it. Like, for example, in Adi, someone's success can just be, I want to get married, settle down, and have kids.
Yeah.
That's like a huge success for anybody to do, even in these
It's
days.
about the small accomplishments.
Exactly.
what do you think of
Which is
marriage?
Oh my God! Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Before going into that topic,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that topic.
what's called?
I'm hungry.
Same, wallah.
Me too.
I don't know. Like, it depends on what do you want to do that makes your happiness a success, and how much can you actually like distinguish,
Distinguish.
distinguish.
Distinguish. Yeah.
Uh,
Fuck, I couldn't even say it.
like these two, and these two apart. You know, like yeah. Again, I'm going back with the example. I finished uni. Okay, I graduated after like actually failing a lot. Not gonna lie.
Uni you over.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so, I'm sitting there, I'm like, huh, And
Yeah, well, shit, here we go again.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's gonna happen. Even when you'll reach the top ladder, like let's say you're the best at what you do, and you have reached the peak amount of your career, and you have all the luxuries in the world. You're gonna outgrow a lot of people because that's how it is. It's a natural cycle. It's not under your control, and it's gonna happen because even if you do not become arrogant or ignorant, a lot of people are gonna feel that because you're already doing well compared to them, and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, this guy is so prude or arrogant because he thinks he has this," and but that's not you. That's their perception because they see you, and that's okay. It's you're gonna probably lose family. You'll outgrow family. You'll outgrow friends. But the real ones who really know you from inside out, or who have stuck through your struggles since the beginning, will actually not judge you, or actually won't think that the success has changed you.
exactly,
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, going back to the topic, the question that I asked, what
Marriage.
do you think of marriage?
Oh, it's a lovely thing.
It's a scam.
How is it a scam?
How is it a scam?
Because I feel like it all comes down to, again, everything is related. So do you really want to get married? Because I mean, if you have seen how many relationships around you guys that have you guys seen
I'm
that
not-
have been successful?
Every relationship
Oh,
I've been.
I actually know
Is
guys.
every relationship you have been in has been successful?
No. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the people who are married around you, how many of them are actually happy?
I don't know.
Exactly.
My parents.
Alhamdulillah for that.
Yeah, like you really like, rarely see it happen. But in my opinion, like if you find the right person, I feel like if that person just supports you for the long way,
Yeah.
and instead of like, I saw a post yesterday, like, someone said, this guy said, he was an influencer, he was like, focus on your futures, focus on your success, and forget about having like a wife, like you can have your girl, right, but when you're successful and you have that Rolls Royce, she's gonna be more than happy, and she has to support you to make sure that you reach that level. You want someone that to go in a relationship with, or marriage, like
Yeah.
marriage, and it's for them to be your peace, not your
Yes.
like
I
enemy.
100%
Like, I
agree.
want to come home and you go like, okay, it's time for you to relax, like for a
Yeah.
bit. Like I've worked my ass off. At least like I feel like I deserve that time, instead of I come home to someone telling me,
Nagging.
oh no,
Yeah.
nah, fight with me, like just make a huge
Louis
argument for
Vuitton
another thing.
bag.
Like
Get
if-
their nails done.
the Gucci
exactly.
Prada
In
Balenciaga.
my opinion,
She wants a
if
car.
I ever have that kind of woman, divorce on the
Yeah,
spot.
just throw her off.
Just-
man.
yo,
I mean, I like throw her out. Not, yeah,
Yo,
don't
leave,
murder
yo.
her. Jeez.
I think it just comes down to
I didn't
Yeah,
hear
go
what
ahead.
you said.
picking your crazy and sticking with it. But with this economy,
Yeah.
that ain't happening.
The problem is like I have you guys watched the series Joe Goldberg?
Oh yeah,
I watched
did.
until like season 2 because I felt like that was very disturbing. Even though I like disturbing
I-
stuff.
Loved it.
Oh yeah, how
Every
disturbing can you
single
go?
Do we see another Joe Goldberg in making?
Basically, coming soon. Hopefully in secret.
I'm concerned.
Actually, when it comes into that, with marriage and all,
Yeah.
I really encourage into like getting married, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you have to be a mature person. You
Yeah.
don't need to be
Yeah.
like, oh, an adult. Just mature to a certain point. That's like, oh, I can go and
You
get
should
married.
you should be able to have your child, like for example, you're
It's not just
uh,
about being a child. Like, I'm sorry, not to interrupt
no,
you,
no,
but
no, it's fine.
it's not just about having children, all of that, because all of that is just gonna revolve down into who you are gonna get married to.
Yeah, someone who accepts you for who you are.
Yeah, and it's something that both of you said with the perfection and all. Choosing your own perfect depends on your own
Lifestyle.
exactly,
Yeah.
lifestyle standards and all of this. Because let's be honest, no one in the world is actually perfect.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, of
None
course.
of us is actually perfect, and even you expect the person that you're gonna get married to, they're not perfect.
Like-
You have to accept the flaws, and they're gonna accept yours.
Exactly, because marriage runs on compromise. But then again, like a lot of people do not understand that, marriage is a whole another decision. Like it's an added responsibility. Obviously, like both the parties involved should be working towards one goal, which is sustaining the marriage. And you also need to, I mean, obviously your partner also needs to, work alongside you. You can't run a family on its own just by being one person,
Hmm?
actually.
I've
And
seen that before.
yeah, and apart from that, what I would also add on to that is, like, a lot of people who actually, end up having kids and then they're struggling to sustain that family. They go like, I always question that, why don't you plan? And they're like, no, oh, kids are, like a blessing from God. And okay, I agree, they're a blessing, but there is something known as financial planning.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why the hell are you gonna just bring in kids when you just want to
You're
throw
not
them to
ready, yeah.
struggle,
Yeah.
like, at least plan out their future, because it's a whole another added responsibility. Okay, leave the fact that you're marrying another person. They're gonna have needs, they're gonna have a lot of
Yeah.
things that you have to accommodate for, and then you bring in a child, and the child actually, you haven't really thought about their future, but the kid is not gonna magically grow up and sustain. You
Exactly.
need to be there for
Yeah.
them.
I feel like if for example, obviously when you're gonna get married, there's a wife that, as a man, you have to be able to provide and serve. Like, I don't want to, like, I guess maybe, like, the wife and the husband can be a team and work together.
It
But-
is supposed to be
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
supposed to be like that. But, like, again, I cannot talk over my religion and how, say, like, for example, the woman is
It's supposed to be,
everything,
yeah, exactly.
And the
Sadly, it's a
man-
man's world.
yeah, it's how everything, like, it's, I really don't want to, like, take a, talk about a
Conversation.
no, controversial topic,
Mhm.
but I feel like women have life easier than men.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Like, if you really think about it,
No, I don't really think. I mean, it's a matter of perception when it comes to that, because see, that it's easier for you to think that because obviously you're a man,
Yeah.
and I would say why, because first of all, let's say that woman, you marry a woman, you
Right.
are taking her out of her safe space, which is her parents' place. She was born and raised there. She grew up there. You take her out of there, out of her safe space, and then she's like, she has to adjust to this new environment, get to know your family members, perhaps also get to know what they're. It's like literally starting your life from scratch,
But that's the
And-
same thing for the man. But the man
How's
does
it
more
for- no,
because
I
the
don't-
man gets to do the same exact thing. Like, he has to get used to the same environment as the woman.
Yeah.
Has to meet the parents and the family of the woman.
Meet their
Like,
expectations
yeah,
too.
meet the expectations,
Yeah.
because one small mistake, the woman's gone
Yeah.
from the parents. Like, and obviously the female will always listen to the family more than the guy. Like, unless you obviously, like, that counts as a arranged marriage, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you love your person, I mean, you would do anything for them. If you really love a person, you would do anything for them.
I 100%
Literally.
agree.
Yeah,
Literally.
like it could be you stuck in a desert, but you love the person that you're with.
Yeah.
You will figure a way to make it happen. But I mean, that is irrelevant to what I just said. But like, it's the same exact thing. But like, in my opinion, it's way like, I love women. In my opinion,
Oh.
they're
The way that you phrased that.
like, in my
More power to
opinion.
that, brother.
I mean, what are you trying to say is that you're all for women rights?
Yeah, women rights. I believe that women, like, are the best thing that has ever, because without women we can't do anything.
Yeah, of course.
How are we alive?
They
without
are the
women?
superior race.
They are the superior, which is why I say, like, except of the pregnancy and the 9 months and the whole, like,
And I'm sorry to mention this, but the period cramps.
yes, I
Yeah.
call it monthly subscription.
Monthly subscription to
Yeah.
torture.
Literally, I call it with all due respect, obviously, but it's very funny. And every person I've said that to, sorry, every person that I've said that to, like, they were okay with it. They actually laughed.
You
It's
don't
kinda
have to
funny, yeah.
apologize. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah, no, obviously, like, any, specifically talking about it, but
Yeah,
in my
but,
opinion, that's what I mean by a woman has it easier in life than a
Um,
man.
No, actually, I'm not gonna say that a woman has it easier.
I want to give credit to Tajiki because he's gonna be, at least, he's more shoots. What else? What else? What else? I'm giving you credits, Habibi. What else? Spiritual.
Sound effects,
Sound effect,
humor,
Music.
invoking humor.
Yeah.
yeah, badam this effect. I don't know.
We love Tajiki basically. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Just to fast forward this one, and I don't agree per se by its شو اسمه, the woman is having it easier. Both sides and both genders do have it easy in their own ways.
Okay,
and
that's a good
depends
point.
on like how they're actually using their ways and using their
Yeah.
methods. Because I'm gonna be honest, I have seen women. I respect them so much, and at the same time,
Yeah,
they grow the fear inside of me, to the point that it's like, oh, I mean,
Woman are-
like I think you know who I'm
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about. And other than that as well, it's also something like a personal thing with my mom.
Mhm.
I genuinely never saw a stronger woman in my life than my mom,
Mhm.
because
I could agree the same.
I think it's
She-
for all of us. It's applicable to all of us.
Yeah.
My mom, like, you know, she's a very like powerful person. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm not gonna admit to this to you, like into your face. But yes, you're powerful.
Yeah.
She rules. Heart
heart
to mom. She ruled a whole family just by herself.
Yeah.
I'm
Same,
talking family, like not
Yeah.
maybe like 3 people, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole
Crazy.
lot of shit to
Your
deal
10
with.
family members?
Huh?
You're
I have 8 uncles
Oh wow.
Oh,
from my
shit.
mom's side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
One aunt, 8 uncles. One of them passed away, fortunately.
Allah yarhamha.
Rahma. But like and they're all crazy. Like specifically you, Abbas, if you're gonna watch this. But he doesn't he understands English, but not that much. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Persian.
All power to we love strong mom. Why does it say it?
Bro, I don't know where is this conversation. Okay, now you're just trolling. Now you're just trolling.
Close that bro. Anyways, yeah.
But like, yeah, I was actually gonna say like the same thing. And my mom is the eldest in her family,
Yeah.
so she's the one that actually had to do like a lot of stuff, and she had to move from her country to come and live here.
Yeah.
And like, it's a different.
Diamond.
I
Let's
guess
talk about-
it requires another podcast.
Yeah, it requires another podcast because like it's a
Oh,
long
I would
ass
love to.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a long ass story. Yeah.
All right. I want to ask this question.
Last
actually.
question. Come on, let's go. What is
No,
it?
last question.
We are so
but yeah.
sorry.
Man.
He's giving you that stares.
Yeah.
That
I
last
actually
question
want
is
to.
gonna last half an hour.
Do you have anything to say to that? Come here. Come say something. Come say something.
It's gonna be like, fuck you.
All right. Anyways. Oh yeah. There we go. How? How do you? I'll beat your ass. I swear to God. I'll do it on camera. Wallah, you come here. Come here. You want to do like a what podcast? You want to fight? Come here, come here.
WWE Middle East.
Yeah. Anyways, listen. So basically, okay, this is a really nice question. I like a bunch of questions I have here, but
This is okay. What is it?
flight 8318. We have a Jazeera. Okay, never mind.
By the way, it's like let him finish it so you can have less stuff to
Yeah, you're literally wasting time, wallah. Okay. How do you approach forgiveness? How do you approach forgiveness in your life, both for yourself and others?
Forgiving myself.
For like, you know when you like mess up in life,
Yeah.
and then you kind of just have to forgive yourself because
Yeah.
again, if you don't love yourself, if you're not there for yourself, because in the end of the day, everyone's gonna leave.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You're gonna have to kind of like love yourself and be the only person for. I have been like, you know, I'm not lonely.
Mm-hmm.
I feel alone in my own head,
Yeah.
and I've started to actually like. Tajiki, can you close the music? I'm talking about something sad.
I'm sorry. I know you were talking about something sad, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Like, and I was doing like.
No, it's fine.
I was bopping my
fine.
head to his sad story.
Exactly. like.
Yeah. So basically, like, if you know, like, I've been alone, I guess, for a specific reason.
Habibi, that's called adulting.
Adulting, yes.
Adultery.
She left like
Not
a. Oh yeah, but it was honestly, you know, crazy. And I guess I messed up a few times, and I forgave myself. I maybe not really, but
You should, because at the end of the day, you're all you're gonna have. Eventually, everyone's gonna leave. So I mean,
Everyone's gonna die.
you have to. I mean, that's a morbid take, but it's true.
Everyone
Yeah.
You
knows gonna
have
die.
to be soft and kind to yourself before you can be to anyone
Yeah.
else. As cliche as this may sound, or it might sound like some
Mhm.
Tumblr post,
yeah.
but that's true because you spend majority of your time with yourself and in your
yeah.
head. And if you're not kind to yourself, how can you be kind to others?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bars.
Yeah, it's like you know, it's like
Bars.
gambling. If you
And-
lose, forgive yourself, go again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And the thing is, I mean, coming back to your actual original questions, which was about forgiveness, I have a very stoic approach. So regarding life, which is I rather control.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
he's
that is
talking.
loud.
Yeah, Ammi, Tajiki. Okay.
I rather, you know, like control the present than actually relying on my past. So the stoic approach, what it exactly is that you are accountable for what's in the present. You shouldn't dwell on the past because it has already happened. You can't go back and change it. So don't beat yourself up for it.
Yeah.
What I can do is I can focus on the present and I can actually take control of perhaps the future because my present defines my future. So I rather take control of the situation, what's in present in front of me, rather than going back and beating myself up. Oh, what
He's
if I
right.
had done this, or what if I had done that? And I'm just wasting my time at this point because I am still dwelling in my past. I'm not gonna dwell in my past. I'm gonna focus on what matters now, which is the present.
Yeah. The
So I
present
rather,
matters more,
yeah, exactly. So I rather take control of that.
There are three parts in life: the past, present, and future.
Yeah.
If you can currently make your future, and forget about the past.
Your
'cause
present is gonna
yeah.
define your future. Actually, I feel like manifestation
Yeah.
is a big key that plays a
Believing
pivotal.
in-
Yeah,
yeah.
you have to believe.
Yeah, but the past is also important into making your future.
Yeah,
the
exact-
past makes who you are now.
Yeah.
I remember a really good friend of mine, Ahmed.
Yeah.
He's gonna be watching this, but he gave me an advice when I was like really young, like I was like
Like how
13,
old? 13, damn.
13, 12.
How old is Ahmed?
He is, I think 24, 23. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
He is 2 years older than me,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So he told me like if you're really like connected to your past and you still think about it and you're always about like just about your past,
Yeah.
always talking about your past, you can never move on to the future. You
Yeah,
can never really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can
Absolutely.
you,
You
can,
can remember
never
it,
yeah.
but you can't be attached to it. You
Yeah,
just gotta let
like
it go.
if you are so like holding your past, you can never become the best version of yourself. Yeah. Why
I
are you
love
saying
that.
yeah like
I
that?
love-
No, I
it's-
100%
it's a good
agree with
point,
that.
You know, I love that.
It's other than that, it's more also an God.
All right. Good point too.
Why are you sexually assaulting the mic?
No, because like he forgot. You know, he was trying to remember something of the past, but like he forgot it.
Yousef,
Why? Because he
exactly.
let go of it.
Yusuf's like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
love
guys
that.
do not need to make it sound like that.
when it comes to like forgiven, like to forgive or forgiving yourself and forgiving others, this is the thing where I actually can oppose a lot of people with it. Yeah, you forgiving people is a part of like the way that you
Yo,
think.
for the love of God. That's like
What, dude? It just sounds okay. I'm sorry. Go on.
No, that's
Yeah.
what. And then like, oh yeah, forgive the people because having that hatred inside of you, it's never a good thing to keep. It's
Yeah.
never. It's in a way it's gonna become a burden. But I disagree with the idea of forgetting what someone did to you because if you forget that thing, you basically forget the lesson that life gave it to you from that thing.
Yeah.
You can forget you can forget the action. You can forget the way the
yeah.
situation shaped. But at the same time, don't forget
what the person did to you.
not that
Yeah.
not what the person did to you, what you learned from it. Like for example, if you trusted someone so much and they backstabbed you in a way, what is the thing that made them backstab you?
Because you weren't wearing protection.
What?
I have so many jokes I want to say on this part actually. Like I'm sorry.
I mean,
No, go ahead, dude. Fuck it.
Adding to what you just said, actually, I would say even sometimes it's you should forget as well because Okay, before I come to the forgetting part, the part about forgiving, yeah, exactly, it's right. Do not have hatred because you're occupying all that space in your head. And have you seen the environment we are currently in? It's so fast paced with everything that's happening around
Yeah,
us.
that's true. Yeah.
Why the hell would we want to hold a grudge against someone? Because I rather be making space for something that's useful to me. You can hate on the person as much as you want, but they are just continuing living their life. It does not. They don't give a shit about
They
about
forgot
it.
you
doesn't
exist
affect
in the
them.
first
It's
place.
not affecting them in any way. And about forgetting, sometimes it's also okay to forget because it's
Forget and
not giving
forgive.
you any.
Yeah.
It's not giving you. It's not adding value. Yeah, obviously, don't. I mean, obviously, when you get a blow, it's instilled so deep within you that no matter what, even if you
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Even if you want to forget it, you can't because that is trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, but you will when a person gives you trauma, it lives long enough to
Yeah,
even
yes,
outlive
yes, yes.
everyone.
Yeah.
So I don't think so.
I
You will
agree.
eventually you can forget the person, but whatever the experience was, you won't forget it.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I actually try
it's,
to-
it's really. I hate trauma. Like it's stuck.
You don't have a
hate trauma.
Yeah, I hate trauma.
Who
Like,
likes
it
wait, who
sucks.
likes trauma?
I'm sure even trauma does not like trauma.
Yeah. It stays with you. Like you completely switch. For example, and as you were talking about like people and your friends and whatever. Oh, your best friend is probably your enemy. Seriously. Bro.
Wow.
Yeah, they could really be your enemy. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
can
true,
you never know who is who.
Never
You're
trust
in it.
anyone.
Never trust anyone.
Yeah.
You know, I guess maybe
That's why we all have issues,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. Yeah, trust issues. I mean, I have a thing where I kind of basically this is kind of a way for me to trust someone. I throw out a shitty secret that I don't really give a like. I just throw it out and give it to him. Like I tell him, "Oh, I did this," and I will just let me see. Like whether
How
he-
are you gonna judge me?
Not that only, but will you tell anyone else?
Yeah.
Will you backstab me and not, like, just throw me as if I was nothing to you? Like, one thing that has happened to me in the past year, and I hated everything about it. A few people that were really nice to me. Like, I almost, it kind of demolished me. It ruined my entire year in high school for the last year.
Well, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically, like, they kind of took me as a lower person and, as I allowed it and I thought it was only jokes. But, never forget that you have to defend yourself. You
Yeah.
have to,
Punch back.
punch back. You just don't sit down and
Or
do
you
nothing,
just set
yeah.
your boundaries in the first place.
Yeah,
You have to be
exactly.
clear.
I think that was my, it was kind of my fault for not being able to have my own boundaries.
It's
But-
okay. It takes time to actually come to that. When I mean, setting boundaries is not
Yeah.
easy. Especially, it depends on circumstances. Sometimes the other person matters a lot, and it's kind of difficult to actually say no.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Actually, I guess we
regardless
gotta
of
wrap
how-
up the podcast.
like,
Yeah.
before we
So,
wrap it up, before we
since-
wrap it up, can I say something
Yeah.
about this?
Yeah.
You are still a human. Humans make mistakes.
Humans make a
always,
lot of
like,
mistakes. Yeah.
We're always learning.
fuck up a lot,
so don't worry. Even if you up on something,
Are you
as
telling me
long
to
as
bark?
it's not affecting.
I'd just say be kind to yourself
Yeah.
and to others, but before being kind to anyone else, be to yourself.
Yeah.
Be kind,
exactly.
be hateful,
Always-
be playful, be
Always,
anything.
always prioritize first. Yeah, Tajiki, let me
Sexy.
finish.
Oh,
Never
God.
put anyone on a pedestal
Yeah,
where
yeah,
they
yeah.
can shit on
Listen,
your head.
everyone.
no matter
Yeah.
no matter how much you love a person, no matter who you're in love with, you come
I
first.
can't hear you.
Yes,
You're
you
the
do.
most important person in your life. Take care of yourself first, and honestly, you will be
Love yourself.
successful. Focus on your success. Go
Done yourself.
be
work hard.
successful.
Don't be lazy. Don't stick your
Batman.
dick in someone.
Exactly. Be
Yeah.
Batman.
Please don't be Batman going to an alleyway with your parents. Please
Yeah.
don't.
Okay. Yeah. Just go and you'll die. Anyway. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys very
I
much.
was Afshin and Mohammad and
And
Mishal
Yousef.
and Yousef. Life of Yousef, actually.
life of Yousef. Then plug in
I
my
really,
Instagram.
I really
Like, follow, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be your catchphrase?
Have a good day
You too.
and goodbye.
Goodbye.